I'm Bonnie Holub from ArcLight, and this is an introductory video on the Access Database user interface. So if you've used other tools from Microsoft, you're familiar with a menu ribbon here where there's a bunch of different choices where you can do different things. The file has what they call the backstage view, where you can do things like print and save things various places. Then there's the home view, which is your default view, and there are tabs for create, external data, and database tools as it's configured right now. The four main components of any Access database are the tables, the queries, the forms, and the reports. Tables are lists of information that are stored in the database, and they are in rows and columns, where each of these columns is called a field, and each of the rows is called a record. You can typically sort by different columns by clicking on these icons at the top so that you can view your database table in whatever order you want. And you can choose different tables over here. In a typical database system, you have at least one and possibly more tables. As you open them, you can see that more tabs appear over here. Queries are ways that you can go into the data and you can select subsets of the data. So this particular query is a query for orders over 1,000. So you see that only those appear, and they're data that are in the table. So queries are a way to look at parts of the database. Forms are typically online forms that you use to enter information. Like in this one, this is a form where you could enter the table item, a cart, a description of a cart sponsor, the quantity available, the amount to be charged, and some notes. These all relate back to the tables that we saw before, just as the query relates back to the tables we saw before. Reports are not unlike forms, but typically reports are set up to be printed. So these are summaries of the data and various ways that you can summarize them. So I usually think about reports as things that are printed out or displayed statically on the screen, as opposed to forms, which are a way to look at the data where you can be more interactive while you're looking at them. I hope this is useful to you, and I hope that you find your use of Access fruitful. Thanks for watching.